to us exactly about how this information center will work and what this means for Facebook, given their historically hands-off approach to misinformation.
Well, Facebook is just seeing a surge of activity right now. They said that there are more people logging into Facebook today on a continued basis than log in on New Year's Day to post Happy New Year. So it's really quite a critical time for people logging in there to get the right information. The question is whether they'll find it. And what Zuckerberg announced today is that there will be something at the top of everyone's feeds called a coronavirus information center, where they will have verifiable information from the World Health Organization, the CDC, and others that is augmented by content that's created by celebrities and academics who can really help spread the message about things that are known to be best practices with the coronavirus, such as social distancing and hand washing technique. And they're hoping that by doing this, they can help balance the scales a little bit with a lot of the fear mongering that's happening and going viral on Facebook.
Sarah, you know, some of the misinformation on Facebook, and of course it's not just Facebook, is shocking, whether it is fake cures or that the coronavirus is a media-inspired fantasy. I spoke with Sheryl Sandberg earlier this week about just the steps that they are taking to fight this. Let's take a quick listen to what she had to say.
We're responding to this with all hands on deck. We are taking down any harmful misinformation on the coronavirus. We're working with WHO very closely and directly, taking down things they think are harmful right away, working with local health ministries. We're trying to get good information out to people.
Now, one of the other things she said in that interview, Sarah, is that they would be taking down misinformation even if it came from politicians, even if it came from celebrities, even if it came in private groups where things like medical misinformation are particularly pronounced, which, as far as I could tell, seems like a major shift in strategy. What do you make of that? And could it impact Facebook's strategy going forward?
Well, the biggest thing that we've discussed in the past year with Facebook's strategy on misinformation is that they do not want to be the arbiter of what is true and false. And that's why they've stayed away from a lot of the political misinformation. In this case, they have a chance to actually be more aggressive because it's not Facebook saying what is true and false. It's the World Health Organization. It's the CDC. So they can lean on those determinations and say, well, the World Health Organization says it's bad if our users are sharing X about the coronavirus, so we will take it down based on their input. It's a lot harder to do that when it's something that a politician said about another politician, because then Facebook has to make the determination. So I think that this is allowing them to be a lot more aggressive. And it is, you're right, it is a big step beyond anything that they've ever done before. And it'll be really interesting to see how it gets implemented and whether it helps stem the tide of all of these fear-mongering posts that are quite harmful in their nature. Zuckerberg mentioned today that he's seen rumors of, or people spreading rumors that if you drink bleach, that will cure you from coronavirus. That's an example of the kind of thing Facebook wants to take down immediately to prevent people from causing harm to each other. And as Facebook focuses on that kind of misinformation, they will actually focus less on the kind of misinformation that does not lead to bodily harm, such as lies in the election.
Meantime, Facebook employees have been ordered to shelter in place, just like us. They're not going to work. They're mostly working from home. Zuckerberg himself talked a little bit today on the call about working from home, and he actually talked about how this was going to impact worker productivity. And he said the reality is workers at Facebook just aren't going to be that productive. So how do they keep up with the misinformation at the same time that almost an entire workforce is working from home?
They're having to prioritize very stringently, which is why a lot is going to fall through the cracks. Zuckerberg mentioned two things that he really cares about. One is the harmful misinformation on coronavirus that I just mentioned, but the other is depression and self-harm related content. Zuckerberg said he's particularly worried, as everyone starts working from home, that people will start to feel isolated and depressed and may potentially start posting content of with suicidal thoughts. And that's the kind of thing that Facebook certainly wants to take down quickly, because that can inspire other terrible people to get those ideas. And he also said that by having all of these people work from home for their own safety, there are not going to be as many contractors who have the ability to log into Facebook systems from home. So a lot of that work that content moderators
Right.
usually do is being transitioned to full-time employees.